Hello, everybody. Welcome to the United Fund. This is the big one. It's Manchester United against Arsenal. Your match preview, and yeah, let's get to it. So obviously, big game as I said. Arsenal. Obviously it will be tough. Obviously, we're going to the Emirates. And they are favorites. Obviously, you have to agree, but that doesn't mean it's mission impossible. Everyone said at the FA Cup final we had no chance in being City. And look what we did. And you could make it sound like maybe that Man United they that Man United day might come. Obviously we're not favorites, and then they pull a masterclass. So um, look, of course Arsenal. Many reasons why they're favorites. Obviously, a team's goal is to, win the Premier League, and you get Manchester United's goal in trying to secure top four. Um, so obviously there's differences, and obviously teams like obviously again Arsenal, City, Liverpool. Um, you can even have Chelsea, Tottenham, Villa, and Brighton. You know, so look, obviously, we need to prove the pundits wrong, prove the people wrong that we can still be what Man United should be, and that's winning games, winning in these big games, and consistency as well. And look, obviously, what makes it even more tough is that Arsenal are undefeated at home this season. I think the only team that could, try pull something off but couldn't manage is probably Brighton, and obviously due to that Declan Rice sending off. So yeah, of course. And obviously their game against West Ham, they were thriving in that game. 4-0, and you're thinking, wow, it's just a demolition. And if we give those chances to Arsenal, then it could happen on us. But obviously it was 4-0. West Ham gave them a little scare, and obviously they came back with a penalty and pushed it to 3-goal lead. And obviously second half, obviously, you know, there wasn't goals, but they managed to get the 3 points Arsenal. So obviously it's not gonna be easy, but people can go say, oh, but we hammer Everton. But then again, where did the goals come from? Yes, I know people might say, oh, but we made them, you know, we pressed on them, and then they shot themselves that they gave the ball away in a hurry. Um, but if you press against teams, they're more likely to get out of your press, and that's why teams like Everton or even the lower league teams, they're not able to do what you do to other teams, which is able to handle the press and get out of it. So like, obviously, hopefully we get that same energy we did at Old Trafford against Everton and put it on this Arsenal team. But I'll tell you something, because even if we not say we don't do, if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean we stop pressing. You still do it. Even a team like Arsenal are bound to make a mistake, and then if they make that mistake, we have to capitalize on it. So of course, obviously, they got Odegaard back. I think Partey was rested, so he did. Yeah, he plays Jorginho. Yeah, so Partey was rested. And yeah, one more, and yeah, obviously, not only the scoring a lot of goals, also from set pieces. Obviously, not nothing wrong with scoring from set pieces, unlike some other people. Um, a goal's a goal. Like I did, like, because people can go say, oh, but he scored a penalty. Oh, but now you're gonna say scoring from a corner is just as equivalent to scoring a penalty. Like, so easy. Arsenal do it so great, and the thing is, you know, um, we have to stop them from doing that. The only thing is, with Man United, when they need to defend from corner, is go for Gabriel. I've seen teams doing it. It's almost like they're scared. Like, even because it's amazing, because the way Arsenal is scoring all these set pieces, the time when Van Dijk was in his prime, you wouldn't let him get near the ball, because he was a threat. I'm not saying he isn't, but at the time, obviously in his prime, you know, he was such a threat. And obviously Gabriel is gonna be a threat. And you need someone beside him, otherwise it's just gonna be easy goals raining for Arsenal, and then we could get hammered. So yeah, but this is the team I picked with just only two, no, three, actually four changes. Obviously Martinez and Menu suspended. Obviously a huge loss. Obviously, I'd say more with Martinez, since obviously the defensive side. Obviously Menu coming back from injury, you don't want him to come back to fitness and obviously play a big game like Arsenal. So yeah, obviously Lenny Yoro is gonna be in the match day squad. I could have put him in, I could have put him in, but you look at Mazraoui. This guy is just not undroppable, but he just can play any position. And obviously Amorim has made him play on that right centre back role. So but look, obviously if he starts, I wouldn't say it's a shock, but I'd be surprised, since it's such a coincidence, because he got injured against Arsenal, only to face Arsenal when he comes back, and obviously his first Premier League debut, and you're gonna play him in a big game like Arsenal. There is pressure as well. So look, obviously if he comes off the bench, it'll be great. Get some minutes in, and then obviously, he can get into the first team as well. I mean, starting lineup. So yeah, um, I know people might have said, why have I played Malacia? I have many reasons why, and I said on my reaction on Everton on what I gave Dalot and why he shouldn't play against Arsenal. Because you obviously got Luke Shaw. Obviously Saka will come against him. But when I saw Luke Shaw play against Arsenal, and it was that 3-2 loss, when Nketiah scored twice and Saka obviously scored. And from that goal, I know people will say, oh, but Eriksen was on it. But the amount of time Saka made Luke Shaw shit, I mean, it's amazing. That's what I was thinking. Well, Ten Hag needed to bring Malacia. And I still think to this day, why didn't you not bring him earlier? Do you know what I mean? Because Luke Shaw was not coping with him. Obviously, he's in the left centre back role, but you need someone on that left hand side and balance as well. Because when we had Malacia on there was so much balance. We were able to, have a proper left-footed player on that side, And obviously Malacia, look, I don't know. Look, obviously Malacia coming back after how long? But if you want him to play in a game, you're playing against a player like Saka. Don't forget. I think, what was it? Ten Hag's first two games, he didn't play him. He played Luke Shaw, and then he dropped Shaw for the Liverpool game. And Malacia did so well. I mean, it's amazing because people overshadow that because Martinez obviously pocketed Salah. But then even Malacia did so well. And that's why I felt like, obviously, I think, I'm not saying Saka won't win a duel against Malacia. No, I'm not saying that. But I think Malacia can get the better of Saka as well. If you're gonna play Dalot, again, he's not in his position. Second of all, even when he was at left back, players like Palmer shout on him. So what makes you think Saka will do that to him? Look, again, I said it again, you need balance, So look, I played Malacia, obviously. Kobe Manu suspended, so obviously Casemiro fits right in. I know people were saying, should you play Bruno in that deep line role? But I'm thinking, you know what, a player like a guy with his attributes, you're just wasting him in a position. Like, it's the same when we put Eriksen. God hope knows he does not put Eriksen. Otherwise, it needs calling out, because putting Eriksen in that double pivot role is suicide. I said it again. You might as well just quit the game. You might as well not attend the game if you're going to play Eriksen. We need to win that midfield battle. Obviously, they got Rice, Partey, Odegaard. Who else they have? Jorginho, Ethan Nwaneri. Can't think of any more. But you get the point. Um, you get the point. So obviously, look, we need to win that midfield battle as well. And obviously, Amorim can make changes, put, Mount, Garnacho, or even Rashford. Again, people might be surprised why I dropped Rashford. I understand that because when he scored against Southampton, you're thinking, wow, Rashford's back. And it's amazing. I said it again. You take one goal and you're thinking he's back. I want to see more. But then obviously Tanner dropped him against Palace, and then you kind of think, wow, he just withered away. And you almost think, because I think the three attackers, I think it was the most difficult choice because obviously Højlund scored two against Bodo Glimt, and obviously Rashford and Xerxes scored two against Everton, and you almost think to yourself, well, who would you play? That is the question. So I did hear some people, play Rashford in the 10, but you're thinking, well, Amorim wants his 10s to have that work rate, and you're having doubts about Rashford having that. Like we still do, you know. So that's what I was thinking. If you're gonna play Rashford, you might as well pay him in the 9. But then again, people might say, oh, but he's gonna get, bullied by Saliba and Gabriel. But obviously, if we need a tactical change and Amorim picks Rashford and goes to a different approach, then go that way. But obviously, I picked Højlund again because I think in certain games you play Xerxes in that game and then you play Højlund. This is the type of game for Højlund to start because he different with Xerxes. Xerxes isn't the type of guy to be lobbed a 40-yard pass to him. He heads it, wrestles with the defender. No, he likes to have more. He likes to have more of the ball and just be more deep. And obviously he's Zenko player as well, amazing against Everton as well. But with Højlund, he wrestles with them. He can do you for pace as well. Look, obviously against Saliba and Gabriel, it's not going to be easy, but he can still cause some threat. And obviously if we play, no, because I heard someone say, if let's play Xerxes in the number 9. So, but what's the point? Because you also gonna play with a high line. Their defenders are just gonna be on the half on the semicircle of the pitch. They're gonna be high. They're gonna be in our own side. They're gonna be on. Oh my god, I'm sorry. They're gonna be on our own half. While they're in possession. Because they play that high line. You want someone because if Xerxes goes deep, what makes you think they're not gonna try get the ball off him? You want someone, I'm not saying Xerxes but you want someone there who can actually wrestle with obviously, with Saliba and Gabriel. Obviously it's not going to be easy, but I've seen Højlund do it against, Colwell, Fofana, I think, who did he? Brentford as well. I know people might say, oh, but it's only Brentford, but they even got, they're not... They got centre-backs that are even hefty as fuck anyway. So, look, of course, it's not going to be easy. But, no, obviously, it will give some threats to Saliba and Gabriel. And, obviously, if we play that ball in and he runs it behind, then it's Kalas, it's game over. So, yeah, I went with that. Obviously, there's no doubt that Ahmad's not playing in this game. He has to. And yeah, obviously, if it wasn't for suspensions, then I'd probably say, he should pick his best team. It is the fixture to pick your best team. Or if not, go best and go a little bit, okay as well. Don't go pick Ericsson, then play Maguire or something. And Johnny Evans, and I swear to God, I said again, Shaw should be in that left centre back. If somehow Johnny Evans makes that fucking squad, if he makes the starting lineup, don't be surprised if it's minimum 2 goals they're scoring, because you can't. And it's Arsenal as well, And obviously, I think we got Forest on Saturday, so obviously I think he'll be doing rotation as well. And obviously because after that we got Tottenham as well in the Carabao Cup. And after that, we got City. So yeah, I mean, obviously it gives him more time to familiarize with his team and pick his best 11 as well. So yeah, of course, my prediction for this score. Look, I don't want to be negative. Look, because this is this is even a big this is a big result for Arsenal to win. Especially if they want to win the title, you need to win. You need to win against teams like this. To make a statement. Like, if Liverpool can go make Manchester United play as if they're at Anfield, even though they're at Old Trafford, why can't Arsenal do it? You need to have a statement and say, you know what, we're not scared of any team. We're going for the title. And obviously it is a must win. It's one of those games where Arsenal need to win it more than the other team, and I think they do. But look, if Man United get a point, obviously people might say, "Oh, Ruben Amorim still undefeated." This Arsenal team, again, people might say Mikel Arteta, you fraud and all that. Yeah, look, honestly, I know Man United, if they even get a point, they're gonna be loved. They're gonna be celebrating as if they got qualification for Champions League. I mean, honestly, but if we win, then you're thinking, wow, what a shock as well. Look, I go 2-2. Even though the previous result have been 3-1, 3-2, and I was thinking of going that way, but I didn't want to go negative. Obviously, I didn't want to be deluded in saying, oh, Man United going to win 3-1 or 3-2. It could make sense if it was for Arsenal's side, but I feel, look, 2-2 draw, it's good. It's a good point. It'll be over. I'll be over the moon if we win. Again, it's not going to be easy, but obviously, look, if we win against Arsenal, then you kind of think to yourself, well, we're making a statement as well. Look, I'm not going to go, oh my God, if we win Arsenal, title charge. Chill out. I'm not one of those Man United fans that get so horny every time. No. But, look, if we win against Arsenal, it'll be amazing. And we haven't won there in a long time. I think the last time we won there, I think De Gea made 14 saves, and I think, who was it, Pogba or Jesse Lingard got sent out? I don't know. Yeah, but that was the last time we won, and that was Mourinho days. So it has been a long time. Just as the same for Arsenal when they won at Old Trafford, it was long for them as well. So hopefully, obviously positive as well. If you're asking me, nervous as well. Look, it is Arsenal. I don't know why, because every time I watch football, and in a certain stadium, it's almost like you're there and then you almost shit yourself. 3 teams that I really don't feel comfortable, especially when going against them as well at their own stadium. Obviously, first Anfield, second Etihad, and then third the Emirates. It's just I don't know why. You just have this feeling like you're at Emirates. It's almost like you're in. How do I say it? Obviously, you don't feel comfortable because you're not at home, but you kind of feel like there's no Man United fans. How do I say it? Because obviously there are going to be more Arsenal fans, but Arsenal fans, it's almost like the whole stadium's going to be only packed with Arsenal fans. And then obviously, you're almost thinking, wow, because when the fans start cheering, then the pressure gets on. And obviously, it because obviously they shit themselves, and you're thinking, wow, I mean, we need to ignore that, and focus on the game. You kind of get distracted as well, in the sense they're booing, they're cheering as well, and then obviously, it motivates us, it motivates the other team to, go at the team. So yes, one more thing as well. Obviously, I did put Xerxes there. I could have played, Mount. I could have, again, people would have picked Rashford, again, because he scored 2 goals, and obviously he does have a good record, not only against Arsenal, but, just against the Big 5. So, yeah, obviously, look, but you know what? Probably the only time, apart from losing, if we get hammered, is that if Rashford scores first, and we do tend to score, I will be pissed, because we've seen this movie again. It's fucking deja vu. go 3-2. When he scored that banger, we lost. And Katia won it for them. He scores, we just bottle the game like that. We score, Odegaard scores in like 30 seconds, and then the game just went from there. So if he scores, I swear to God, it's either scripted or it's just fate on Rashford just scoring, and then we just fucking lose. So yeah. But obviously, what I said with Xerxes, look, again, I think he can play one of those. Look, he did say he was a 9.5, so he can play 9, he can play 10, And I think, obviously, what he did against Everton with his link-up play, and obviously the vision to find the ball, it's amazing because he should have had an assist against Everton, but obviously, it is what it is. But what I really want, especially against a team, because if you don't do it, again, teams like Arsenal, or even the big team, or even the lower teams where we got our asses spanked to, we will get punished. We will get punished. This Arsenal team knows how to score. They won't waste chances. They won't, unless they have a bad day. But I don't think they will because, again, it's against Man United and you have to turn up. And obviously, Mikel Arteta must be thinking, it's Man United, get your asses out of your head and go win. Don't waste chances because, even Arteta at West Ham, he was pissed. Obviously conceding these 2 goals, not only from, forget attackers, not even midfielders. Their fullbacks did it. And then obviously, it was 2-5, and you knew the game was gone anyway. So yeah, look, all I want from Man United is do the same thing against Everton with that pressing and all that. Because when we press, Arsenal will turn over unless someone tall like Havertz gets the ball or we give it away, and then it's Carlos. We want possession back to us. Control the game, and obviously, be clinical in front of goal. Look, we scored 4 against Everton, and I said it again. It could be we probably got 4 because of probably their mistakes or probably because their heads dropped. But if you do it against Arsenal, that will give you more motivation. That doesn't mean, score the first goal, or we're celebrating as if we're going to win the whole game, like the game's over, Score the first goal, and then go for the other one, Like, just keep scoring every chance you have, because with Man United, I don't understand with Ten Hag, we score first, and then we just sit back. Why don't we go for the next goal, then the next goal, and then so on? Because at this point, this team is almost, whenever they play against teams, they just show mercy. I don't understand. Don't even show, even sympathy towards the teams. You go out there, it's Arsenal as well. There's a rivalry behind that anyway, and you go at them. And I said it again, look, Arsenal are favourites, but it's not Mission Impossible. And one more thing as well, because I am pissed, because it came up on my Insta. The day obviously it was yesterday, but the time when we have Man United against Arsenal, how the fuck do we get another game like that as well? We're versing Arsenal in the FA Cup, and they ground again. I mean, fucking hell, and we're the holders as well, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, let's get, because you'll see Liverpool with, I don't know who they have, probably Leighton Orient, Stanley Accrington. You get fucking Manchester City with Salford. I'm thinking, what the fuck? We didn't get that. We just got Arsenal like that. And you're thinking, okay. But the question is the FA Cup one of those things that Arsenal will take seriously? Do they want it? That is the question. But obviously, you want big games, but then that early on as well. And obviously, if it was semi-finals, quarter-finals, it makes sense because that's almost the closing of the season. And obviously, we're in this midweek. Obviously, midweek's back in Premier League. Then you got the weekend. Then you got the European competitions. Then you got, it's so on. Your games are coming up thick and fast. 3 days every day. I mean, that doesn't make sense. 3 days every match, So, yeah. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hopefully, we get the win. Obviously, I went with a 2-2 draw. Actually, one more thing. I'll do this. Man of the first goal scorer. I went with, who did I go with? Okay, I'm gonna go with Ahmad. I don't know why. There's something about it. I know people might say, "Oh wow, he's got more assists than Foden, Saka." No. Foden, Sancho, Son, and then someone said, "Oh, he probably assists in the Arsenal game." Look, he could as well. Um, and then man of the match, I probably go. No, sorry, I'll go Rasmus as the goal scorer and Ahmad as man of the match. Yeah, but that's it. Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching and see you on the next one.